Let's talk about billionaires. You know the type. Private jets, islands, maybe even a rocket or two. Their dogs probably have better healthcare than most people. It's a life of luxury most of us can't even imagine. So you'd think they pay mountains in taxes, right? Enough to fix every pothole in your city. But here's the twist. Many pay shockingly little, sometimes less than their own employees. It sounds absurd, but it's true. How is this possible? Are they all hiding cash under mattresses? Not really, it's much more sophisticated and legal. They're playing a different game with rules written for people like them. The system is designed to keep their fortunes growing and mostly untaxed, so buckle up. Tonight we're pulling back the curtain on billionaire finances. We'll see how they keep so much while most of us pay our share. It's a wild, infuriating ride, but it's something you need to know. Let's dive in. We're about to explore the shadowy world of billionaire tax bills. How do they do it? Why does the system work this way? And what does it mean for the rest of us? Let's get started. Ready? Most of us work for a paycheck. Before we even see it, taxes are taken out. That's the reality for teachers, nurses, firefighters. But billionaires, they don't rely on salaries. Their wealth comes from assets, stocks, real estate, companies. These assets grow in value, but that growth isn't taxed until they sell, and they avoid selling. Enter the mantra, buy, borrow, die. First buy. They buy assets that increase in value, then borrow. Instead of selling and paying taxes, they borrow against those assets. Loans aren't income, so no tax. They live off borrowed millions, tax-free. Finally, die. When they pass away, their heirs often inherit assets with a step up in value. That means most of the tax on those gains disappears. Their kids get the fortune, mostly tax-free. It's a system designed for the ultra-wealthy. They accumulate, borrow, and pass it on. Meanwhile, regular people pay taxes on every paycheck. That's the real trick. The rich don't just make money differently, they avoid taxes differently too. It's all about playing the long game, and the rules are on their side. That's how the super rich really make and keep their money. It's not magic, it's the system, and it works. Let's talk about tax havens, sunny places for shady money. Think tropical islands or tiny European countries with ultra-low taxes. These are vacation spots for cash, not people. How do billionaires use them? Through shell companies. These are companies that exist only on paper, no real office, no employees. Their main job? Hide who owns the money. It's financial invisibility. Remember the Panama Papers? A massive leak exposed how the rich use offshore companies to hide assets. Politicians, celebrities, business leaders, all caught in the act. The Pandora Papers revealed even more kings, presidents, billionaires. These leaks showed it's not just a few bad apples, it's a global industry. Offshore havens and secret companies are standard practice for the ultra-wealthy. The goal? Keep wealth hidden from tax authorities and the public. It's a system built for secrecy. And it works until someone leaks the documents. But even then, the game continues. The rich just find new ways to hide their fortunes. It's a never-ending shell game. And the rest of us? We're left in the dark. That's the power of tax havens. They keep the world's wealthiest invisible, and mostly untouchable. That's the secret. It's not just one shell company in the Caymans. The ultra-rich use layers, like a financial onion. A company in Panama owns one in the British Virgin Islands, which owns another in Switzerland, and so on. Each layer makes it harder to trace the real owner. Then there are trusts. Trusts can be legitimate, but they're also tools for creative accounting. A billionaire puts assets in a trust and claims, "I don't own this." The trust does. Trustees, often loyal lawyers, manage it all. The real beneficiaries, that's kept quiet, or structured so the billionaire still controls everything. It's another layer of financial fog. All these structures, shell companies, trusts, layers, create mind-boggling complexity. Imagine untangling a fishing line attacked by angry cats. That's what tax investigators face. The more complicated, the safer the money. The goal: make ownership so obscure that no one can say, "This belongs to Mr. X." The yacht, the mansion, they're all owned by anonymous entities. Entities that exist only in filing cabinets in faraway places. It's a magic trick. Now you see the wealth, now you don't see the owner. Presto. That's how billions hide in plain sight and why it's so hard to catch. The system is built for secrecy, and it works. Billionaires aren't tax law experts, so who builds these financial fortresses? There's an entire industry for that. Lawyers, accountants, wealth managers, they're the architects of tax avoidance. These specialists know every loophole. They draft documents, set up trusts, and make sure everything is technically legal. Accountants keep the paperwork clean and the transactions looking legitimate. They move money around the world, minimizing taxes at every step. Private bankers and wealth advisors bring it all together. They suggest strategies, connect clients with the right experts, and keep the machine running. It's a global network dedicated to protecting and growing wealth. And a big part of that is keeping it away from taxes. This isn't a one-person job, it's a team sport. The enablers make it possible. They're paid handsomely for their expertise, and they're very, very good at what they do. That's how the system stays one step ahead and why it's so hard to change. If everyone knows this is happening, why don't governments just stop it? Sounds simple, change the laws, close the loopholes. But it's not that easy. This is a global problem. Money moves to wherever the rules are loosest. If one country cracks down, the money just moves elsewhere. So you need international cooperation. But getting every country to agree? Nearly impossible. Some countries make a business out of being tax havens. Then there's influence. The rich have power. They donate to campaigns, hire lobbyists. These lobbyists whisper in politicians' ears, "Don't pass that law, it'll hurt investment." Politicians hesitate to bite the hand that feeds them. The laws themselves are complex, often written by the same experts who later help people get around them. Loopholes are created, sometimes by accident, sometimes not. Even when one closes, new ones open. It's a constant cat and mouse game, and the mice have the best lawyers. That's why fixing the system is so hard, and why it keeps happening. Here's the frustrating part. Most billionaire tax avoidance is legal. They're not breaking the law, they're using it. But is it fair? When a teacher pays a higher tax rate than a billionaire, is the system working? Taxes fund schools, hospitals, roads, the things we all rely on. If the wealthiest aren't paying their share, who makes up the difference? Ordinary people. Or those services just don't get funded. This isn't about hating the rich, it's about questioning a system that rewards financial wizardry over honest work. Understanding this world is the first step to real change. We need to ask, what does fair really mean? Do our rules reflect that? Because legal and fair aren't always the same. Not even close. Stay with News Torrent 2.0, thank you.